What's going on, guys? I'm Chris, and today I've got an awesome video. I'm going to be doing a tier ranking of the Star Wars heroes, or at least like the top 15 Star Wars heroes. But I'm not doing this alone. I'm joined by my good friend from the Film Geeks YouTube channel, Trevor. How you doing today, Trevor?
Dude, I'm doing awesome. I'm very excited to be here. Thanks for having me back on, man.
Yeah, and there's actually a companion video to this one over on Trevor's channel where we do a tier ranking of the top 10 Star Wars villains. So definitely go check that out after you watch this one. We had a lot of fun doing that, and we're ready to get into this one. And the tiers we have are amazing, great, good, meh, and bad. And the first character here is actually a beloved robot by many, C-3PO.
I love C-3PO. How do you not love him? He's kind of annoying, and I love how the characters address him as annoying. So I wouldn't go amazing, but I would go great, honestly. He's just, when I think Star Wars, I think C-3PO. When I see C-3PO, I'm happy. So I'm good for great.
I was thinking good because he's kind of just there. If we're being honest, he's kind of there for the dialogue of R2 to get conveyed, you know?
Sure.
So, yeah, we'll go good with C-3PO if the mouse wants to work. There we go. He's in good. Yeah. All right. So next up is Anakin Skywalker. This is Anakin from The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith for about half of the movie until he turns into Darth Vader. I really do like this character. I think that it's the earlier stages of Darth Vader, who turns out to be one of, if not the greatest movie villains of all time. So seeing his origins as Anakin, granted he's a whiny teenager, and Hayden Christensen plays him that way. The dialogue isn't the best, but I think that it's still, I think that it's a great character. I don't know if I'd go amazing just because Jake Lloyd's portrayal when he's a little kid isn't the best, and I think the character can be kind of annoying in that sense. But granted, he's still a little kid. I would still go great, not amazing.
Obviously, I love Anakin, but a lot of people don't, and a lot of people, it's a lot of his dialogue, like I don't like sand, or how he talks, like Hayden Christensen's performance. You know, like he's not the best actor, like compared to the likes of Ewan McGregor, but.
Right.
What I like Anakin is like he's a teenager who really wants it all, and that's what Hayden Christensen really performs. Like when Revenge of the Sith, when like he wants to be promoted as master, and Mace Windu's like, "Nah, fam, like you're not," and he's like, "This isn't fair. This is outrageous," and he's kind of angry. He just wants it all so much, and I feel like that's what ultimately led to his demise because they weren't like welcoming him. So he's kind of like, "Well, frick you, I'm gonna be better than you," almost, and like turn to the dark side. So I'm good for great. I don't think he's quite amazing, but I do like Anakin Skywalker honestly a lot.
Yeah, he's going in the great category. But next up is arguably the greatest sidekick in movie history, Chewbacca. You gotta love him.
Amazing, man. Come on. Yeah, it has to be amazing. Right?
I'm putting him in amazing right now. He's probably the best, most lovable, fun, just awesome sidekick ever. And I just absolutely love his duo with Han so much. So I think that he has to go in amazing. Has to.
How do you not love Chewbacca? If you don't love Chewbacca, you got some issues, you know?
Yeah, serious issues. But next is Finn from the sequel trilogy.
I think Finn has a big spotlight in Force Awakens, and I think he really did a decent spotlight in Last Jedi. And I think Rise of Skywalker, like I don't really remember him in there. And Force Awakens made John Boyega seem like, oh my god, this guy's like the new face. Him and Rey, they're gonna be in love. This is a new thing, and not quite what we expected or quite what we got. So I'm good. Best case scenario, more towards kind of meh, honestly.
I'm definitely mad with Finn simply because of the inconsistency with his character. Like, you think he might be introduced as the next Force-using Jedi in the way the Force Awakens is promoted, and then in the movie itself. And then after that, he just does take a back seat for me. You get to see him with Rose, which is some of the most uninteresting aspects of The Last Jedi. And then when you get to The Rise of Skywalker, there's really no payoff for his character. He's going in the meh category. So next up is Han Solo, putting him in amazing as we speak.
Sounds good to me. My favorite Star Wars character of all time.
No, yeah. The way he's introduced in the cantina when he just blows Greedo away, and then he's like, "Sorry about the mess," and he just tips the bartender. Gotta love it. Next up is his former rival, in a sense, Lando Calrissian. Trevor, do you have any thoughts on Lando?
I think people like overhype Lando in a way.
Wow.
You know, it's like I think people really love him. I think he's cool. But like when I think Star Wars, Lando's not even like I wouldn't really even almost include him on this big heroes list. Like he comes in clutch from Rise of Skywalker, obviously, you know. But I'm good. Sorry, controversy. I'm good. Max for me.
I think he's a great character. I do. I think that the role he plays in Empire of betraying Han and his friends, giving him over to Vader, and then you see him kind of come back around, realize that he kind of made a mistake, and then seeing his relationship develop, especially when he pilots the Millennium Falcon to destroy the new Death Star in Return of the Jedi. I love seeing all that. I would go great, but I would be willing to go good.
So I'm for good for Orlando. Sorry,
right,
friends.
We'll put him in good. We'll put him in good. I think he's great, by the way. I think he's great. Yeah. Next is Princess Leia, arguably the greatest female character in any movie, honestly. She's so inspirational, but I think she's amazing, personally. It's hard to leave her out of amazing, so I'm going to put her there. And then what do you love about Princess Leia, Trevor?
It was my first crush. When I saw these movies as a kid, I fell in love with Leia, you know? Oh, my God. She's beautiful as all heck, but she's also, like, this badass snarky lady, and you're like, oh my, it's everything you want her to be. And her relationship with Han Solo, like the most iconic lines ever, I love you, I know. It doesn't get better than that.
She has some of the best lines too. I love how she's so snarky with Han. Their romance is just so great, and how she always calls Chewie something like, somebody get this walking carpet out of my way. Or when she's talking to Han and she's like, why you stuck up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder. It would be so hard to leave her out of amazing because of the influence she had on the Star Wars universe and movies in general. The next character is arguably the greatest Star Wars character of all time, Luke Skywalker. Gotta go in amazing as well, right?
Yeah, has to, right? Has to.
Yeah. Another amazing character. I mean, the original trio of characters all have to be an amazing. Very fitting, I think, but Luke starts out as this whiny farm boy, you know, but I was going to go to the Tossie station to pick up some power converters. So he goes from being that whiny farm boy to being like the only Jedi in the galaxy who goes to try and take on the Emperor and his father, and ultimately Vader saves him.
If you judge him off the original trilogy alone, he's amazing, but come the sequel trilogy, kind of hard to like him. Certain things he says, like how he kind of like changed his whole life and everything. I love Luke Skywalker, man. I got his lightsaber and everything. I love him a lot.
The next character is the only character with a purple lightsaber, Mace Windu. I think that he's an extremely powerful Jedi whose character is not fleshed out enough, really. He's always been a little overhyped.
I think Mace Windu is good character, and here's why. Because first off, when it comes to powerful Jedi masters, I think he beats any of them. He killed Jango Fett like it was nothing. Now it's easy. But like what he did to Darth Sidious, like we've talked about this before, but like he punked Darth Sidious. He really did. He had him beat until Anakin's whiny ass cut his hands off. That and the guy electrocuted him. Mace died. Mace Windu fell out of the window. So I think he's good just because of how powerful he was, and he's more like, I feel like Mace was the father of the group, if that makes sense. Like everyone, like he would kind of speak first. Anakin's like, I want to become master, and Mace is like, no, we will not grant you that. And everyone else is like, yeah, I agree with Mace. So he's more of like, I think he has the respect of everyone. Might be a little overhyped, but I like Mace Windu a lot because of how much like everyone respects him and how badass he truly is.
When he's compared to C-3PO and Lando, who are in the good category, I think it would be a disservice to those characters to put Mace in the same category. I really do. I think that he's more of a meh character. Doesn't reach the heights of good for me, and I'm actually going to put him in meh, so we're even on the whole Lando decision.
All right, if you could put Lando in great, put him in good.
If Luke Skywalker and Han Solo aren't my favorite characters, it's this guy, ObiWan Kenobi.
Oh my gosh,
hello there. So fantastic. Hello there. Just being the wise man who's kind of a mentor to Luke in A New Hope, and then throughout the rest of that trilogy as a Force Ghost really has an influential role to him. But then you get the whole other element of the character when Ewan McGregor comes in the role in the prequel trilogy. It's a completely new take, but it takes the great aspects of Alec Guinness's performance. So Obi-Wan has always been one of, if not my favorite characters in Star Wars. He has to go in amazing, I think.
Has to go in amazing, dude. If like Han Solo's not my favorite, I think Obi-Wan's my second favorite character. I love him so much. I love how Ewan McGregor portrays him. Can't wait for the Obi-Wan series, man, on Disney Plus. That's gonna be legendary for sure.
Next character is Padme Amidala.
As a kid, this was like my other first crush. You know, like Leia and Padme. They're like, I love them, but definitely meh, if not bad, quite frankly.
She's meh at best for me, and that's simply because she's kind of just this politician who acts as a romantic interest for Anakin. But other than that, her character doesn't do much for me.
Meh, for sure.
She's going in meh, yeah. Next up is Poe Dameron from the sequel trilogy. He's not used enough. Like, he's so cool and awesome. That's one hell of a pilot in The Force Awakens. And then after that, he's kind of just takes a back seat like a lot of these characters do, and we don't get the full potential of Poe. So I can't go good with Poe. I want to, but I can't.
In The Force Awakens, Poe was awesome and badass, and I was like, this is like kind of like not the new Han Solo, but in a way, this is like our new younger kids Han Solo. Like, he's the cool pilot, he's the cool guy, he's witty, he's smart, he's handsome, but not full circle form really. So I think I have to go meh with Poe, unfortunately.
Yeah, I just put him in meh. He's not there, He doesn't get his full time to shine. The next character is what many would claim to be the best droid in Star Wars, R2-D2.
His little whistle and all that. He has to go amazing. I mean, R2-D2, like, again,
I'm putting him in amazing.
He's Star Wars. He was an Anakin's droid, and then he was Luke Skywalker's droid. I mean, R2-D2 was the ultimate homie, bro. He was always there. So, come on.
Yeah, R2 just creates for some great comic relief as well. You get to see him in the prequels and sequels, two very different sides of him, but he's always been that loyal companion. I just love him. I love R2. The next one might be the most controversial in the Star Wars universe, Rey.
The very best, I'm leaning towards good. I like her. I'm not saying I don't like her, but, like, she didn't really have any adversity, really, if that makes sense, to become a Jedi as she did.
I did like her a lot in The Force Awakens, but as with most of these characters, I didn't really love them as the trilogy went on. So I'll go good. I'll go good with Rey. I think that she is one of the stronger characters in that sequel trilogy. So I'm putting her in good. I don't love her character, though. I like her. And the last character we got here is Master Yoda, who delivers probably the best dialogue in the entire Star Wars universe. I think he's fantastic.
Amazing, man. Come on.
Yeah. I mean, it's like a lot of these characters are amazing, but that's just the truth, especially from the original trilogy. Do or do not, there is no try. I'm not the best at Yoda impression, so I won't embarrass myself here. But yeah, especially in Empire on Dagobah, he's got some great lines.
And that's what I loved about seeing him in the prequel trilogy, because in like the original trilogy, he's just talked about like Master Yoda's the best ever. He's older and he's so wise. He was the best Jedi of all time. In the prequel trilogy, we really get to see how badass he was. Fights Count Dooku, he fights Darth Sidious. I love everything about Yoda.
So those are all the characters, the heroes that we were ranking in this video today. Hope you guys enjoyed. And Trevor, thank you so much for joining me, man. Where can the people find you?
People can find me on the Film Geeks YouTube channel, and then over on Instagram at TrevSandra1. That's about it. Thanks so much for having me on, man. It's always fun doing these.
And like I said, there's a companion video to this one over on Trevor's channel, Film Geeks, where we tier rank the Star Wars villains. But definitely like this video. Comment your tier ranking of the Star Wars characters down below. Do you agree with us or not? Hit the dislike button. We won't be ashamed if you do. If you disagree, dislike. Please consider subscribing to the Film Stock channel. We're getting close to 600. And definitely head over to Trevor's channel, Film Geeks, and subscribe to him. And be on the lookout for more content, live streams, collabs, all that good stuff. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.
See ya.